Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers Indoors. Welcome back to my very messy desk. I'm going to try and clear a little bit off. I've just been crafting away on the altered file folder, and I kind of thought, why am I crafting without doing a video so you can see what I'm doing? So I'm trying to make a little bit of space here. Let me just turn these off. Get rid of that glare, and I'm going to do a quick project for you. I'm using the Faded Impressions kit, and I'm going to be working on the center piece here. Now, I've already got a little pocket down the bottom of this, but I want to work on this side. So what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little spread on this. Now, everything I'm using is in the kit except for these tiny little pieces here, which are some of the Tim Holtz snippets. So I've got a couple of those that I might use just to embellish it a little bit more. So I'm going to pop those to one side, but everything else is in the kit. Now, I haven't done some cutting beforehand just to save a little bit of time. And as I said, I was starting to work on the project, so I kind of figured that I would do the rest on camera with you. It is absolutely sweltering in the UK at the moment, so I'm really, really warm. So I'm going to make this a really short video. So I've got a couple of pieces here. The first thing I'm going to work on is I've got an envelope here. Not an envelope, a paper bag. And this is one of the large paper bags, and I've cut it right down because I want it to fit in my folder. So what I'm going to do is get my glue out ready, and I'm going to have a little bit of a play with this. As I said, I've already started to cut things out, so I'm just going to run through the process with you. So the first thing I've cut out is I have, I've got a fly in here. It's so warm, it's unbelievable. First thing I've done is I've inked around the edge of my paper bag. I've cut out a piece of paper that's going to fit the paper bag here. And it's going to literally just come, not all the way down, you can have it all the way down, but there's no need, but it is going to come below this lip. So that is the first thing I've done, and I have also inked around the sides. So, oops. I'm so sorry if you can see this fly. I've been trying to get rid of it all afternoon, and it's driving me nuts. So there we go. So I'm going to pop this just under the lip, and I'm going to line it up here like that. I've also cut out a piece for the bottom here, and again I've inked around this. All of this paper is backed anyway. I used Tracy Fox's archive papers for the backing because I didn't know which I was going to need, so I did back everything, which was a bit of a, not back, but printed double-sided, which was a bit of a waste, but at least I've got it there if I need it. So we've got this here, like so. I will be stitching down here, across here, up here, and that will actually give me a pocket here, and it will also give me a pocket here. So I'm going to do that now quickly. Okay, so I have stitched around here. Just going to cut off these little bits of thread. And here. So I've literally just stitched all the way around here, and that then has given me a pocket here, and it's also given me a pocket here, or a tighter fit pocket here. So to decorate, I'm going to, I don't want to cover the bird completely, but I want to add a little bit to this because it's a little bit plain on its own. So I'm going to glue this, which is one of the pictures from the kit, and I'm literally just going to glue that on here so that I'm not going to cover the bird, but it gives me a bit of a lip there, if you like. Like that. Okay, so that just gives us a little bit more decoration, and I am going to add a couple of these pieces. As I said, these are Tim Holtz snippets. I did make some myself recently, which I absolutely loved, but I'm just going to add a couple of these just to make this a little bit more interest. Probably that one there. Okay, so we've got a pocket in here, we've got a pocket here. I printed one of the guest checks, and I'm going to use that just to pop in this pocket here. And I also have a couple of the, what you call them? The, I can't remember what you call them now. The cards, you know, the word cards, flashcards, somewhere. Ah, here they are. So I've got some of the flashcards here. So I'm just going to create some fillers for this pocket. So we have got, sorry. So we'll go for impressions. We'll go for fleetings. And we'll get a little lingering in there. So we've got a stuffed pocket on the front. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a tag for the inside. So I've already again chosen some of the pieces that I want. Again, these are just pieces from the kit. This is from the main journal page. I've literally just cut it out to fit inside the pocket. So that will fit inside here, like so. I might have to cut it down a bit actually now because I cut it before I stitched it. So I'm gonna take it down a little bit more so that it's a nicer fit. And I'm just going to give myself, did I go for the big? No, I think I went, no, I must have gone that one. Yeah. Just round those corners off. And then just ink around that edge. And then I wanted to pop a whale tail tab on the top. And I've literally just cut that out using part of the kit again. So I'm just going to pop that on there. I wanted to use this image to embellish that a bit more, but it feels like I need something underneath, but I don't want it to be big or bulky. So I'm probably just going to go with, that. I could, if I really wanted to, turn this into a pocket or a tuck spot just by gluing. And I might at the moment just leave it so that there's an option for it to be a top pocket. Sorry, I got the shakes again. It's a hand tremor and it gets really frustrating. Okay, so I'm going to pop that on here like so. So we've created a pocket tag, or a pocket on a tag. And again, I'm just going to add some more of these little embellishments. Not that you need to, because the kit is quite it's quite a lot, quite busy, you know, lots and lots on there. So just like that, I think. And then I may pop a little cluster up here. And again, this is just about adding a little bit of interest. You can stamp, you can do whatever you want. Okay, so that is going to be our pocket, our tag to go in our pocket. So that will go in here. Oops, I don't think. Okay, so we've got a tag. We have got, I think that should actually go down a bit further than that. So I'm going to have that just peeking out. So we've got our tag, which has got a pocket in it. And we've got our paper bag, which we've turned into a front pocket. We've got that stuffed just with some little ephemera pieces and just a little bit of added interest there. And then finally, I'm just going to create a large journal card to go inside the, or to tuck inside the text spot I'm going to create using the paper bag, if that makes sense. Okay, so I've just, again, half size of the paper that I hadn't used, I've just cut a piece out that's big enough for a large tag, and I'm just rounding the corners and inking the front and the back. Again, the back is Tracy Fox's archive paper, so there is lots of space for journaling. I've got another whale tail, which again was some of the leftover pieces. Which I'm just going to pop in here like that. And just attach that on the top here. And I'm just eyeballing that. Again, you could add some extra embellishments on top of that one. I have got here a pocket that I think I'm going to add on top. So I've just scored the pieces on this. So I'm just going to fold those over and give them a little burnish. And then ink around that. I'm worried that this bit here might give a little bit, so I'm going to put some faux sellotape on the edge there, like that. And I'm just going to cut these corners a little bit more. What do I do with my scissors? Oh, there they are. I'm just going to cut these a little bit more, just so that it lets it fold better. And I am going to attach this pocket on here, I think. Sorry, can you see that? So oops. Okay, and I'm going to pop a little one of these on the top. Here. Stick it there in the centre. So we've got a tag, lots of journaling space on the back, and a pocket there if you wanted to load that up with any bits and pieces. So I've got a load of little words from the kit that I've printed. You could pop those in, fill it up. So that is going to be the tag. and then this is our other bits. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach this. So we'll go in with the middle section here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this down the left side and across the bottom on my page here, and that'll give me a tuck spot. So that is going to go on here, not taking it right to the corner, literally just going to leave it like that. And just let that set. My journal card is going to tuck behind here, like that. So we've got a giant journal card there with a pocket on it, and writing spot on the back. So that's going to tuck in there. And then we've got our journal card tag with another little pocket, which slides inside of our paper bag. And then in our paper bag we've got an additional pocket here, which we've loaded with a guest check and some more of those flashcards. And that is going to be the page layout for this particular piece here. So lots and lots going on without it being too bulky, because the last thing we want to do is create too much bulk in this. We haven't got loads and loads of room because we want to fit a little journal on the inside as well. So that is using the Faded Impressions kit, part of the Out With A Bang collaboration. So yeah, really pleased with how that page came out. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll leave it there and catch you in the next video. So until then, as always, stay safe, be well, bye for now.